Hey everyone, when you search for something like plumber near me, where do you actually click? For most people, it's not the blue links. In fact, about 44% of local searchers click directly on the business in the Google Map pack, skipping organic results altogether. That means that nearly half of all of your potential customers aren't even scrolling past the map on that first page on Google. They're choosing who to call, where to go, and who to use based off of who comes up in the map pack. So if your Google Business Profile isn't optimized, you're missing calls and ultimately business to your competitors who are coming up in the map pack. So today I'm going to give you 3 Google Business Profile SEO tips to help you to rank higher in the Google Map pack. So the 3 things that we're going to go over in this video are number 1, how to optimize your Google Business categories, number 2, how to optimize your Google Business Profile description, and number 3, how to select the right locations and services inside of your profile. These aren't just tips, but they're foundational things that most businesses overlook or get wrong. And in case we haven't met yet, I'm Greg Seacrest, one of the co-founders of BKA Content, which is a digital marketing SEO agency that's helped thousands of businesses over the last 15 years to rank higher online. So the things I'm going to share with you today aren't theory, they're actual things that move the needle when it comes to getting better local SEO results. So let's get into it. Your Google Business Profile is one of the strongest local SEO assets that you can control. And the best part is that it's free and Google offers it to every single business that exists. Your Google Business Profile helps answer 3 essential questions that Google and other AI tools have. Number 1, what does this business do? Number 2, where do they do it? And number 3, is this business relevant to the search that a user just made? If Google doesn't clearly understand those answers, it won't rank you high in the map pack and suggest your business to prospective customers. And one of the biggest issues that I see is that most businesses do not fill out their Google Business Profile correctly, nor do they optimize it to help them to rank higher in the map pack. So the first thing we're going to go over is how to optimize your business categories. And the reason why is because your business categories are one of the most important signals to Google as to what it is that your business actually does. It tells Google what type of business that you are. Not what you want to rank for, but what you actually are. So the way that you can find your categories in your Google Business Profile is you simply just go to your Google Business Profile and click Edit Profile. And right here at the top, underneath the business name is Business Categories. And you'll see here that Google actually has a box here that says primary around the most important category that we feel matches the relevancy of what sort of business that you are. So let me be very clear. The primary category is the most important category that you pick in your Google Business Profile. And I actually have a really easy way to find out what your categories are by using ChatGPT. So I'll put a link in the description below where I made an entire video showing you from start to finish how to pick the most relevant categories for your business using the help of ChatGPT. So make sure that you click that and check it out. So if we come back to your profile here, you'll see that Google allows you to have a primary category, and then it allows you to have anywhere from 5 to 7, sometimes even more than that, additional categories that you feel are relevant to your business. You want to try and use as many category spots as you can, as long as the categories that you pick are relevant to something that your business does. What you don't want to do is just fill up all the spots here with irrelevant categories. That'll actually do more harm to your profile than good. It's better to have less categories that are more relevant to your business than having more categories that have nothing to do with you. So the 2 best practices that I would give you on this is number 1, that choose categories that reflect the real services that you offer. And number 2, make sure the categories align with how customers search for your business. So for example, here we have a home builder Google Business Profile. They build homes in real estate development. So while most people are going to be looking for a home builder, there are some people or some customers that would look for a real estate developer, right? So this is a relevant category that we have here. It's definitely a secondary category. We're not going to pick this as the primary category, but it is relevant and it could be a way that somebody would search for this business that you wouldn't normally think about. And if you're having a hard time coming up with what your primary category should be, an easy way to find out what you should use is to take a note from your competition. So for example, if I typed in dentist near me and I go down to the Google Map pack, which again, 44% of all people looking for something click in this map pack. They don't even go below it. So you can see here, dentist, dentist, dentist is the primary category. So if I was a dentist, I would want to make sure that I picked dentist as my primary category, and I can kind of get the inkling that I should do that by taking a look at my competition and what primary category that they're using. So if all of your top competitors are using the same category, that's usually not a coincidence. All right, the second tip is to optimize your Google Business Profile description. And let me be very clear here. The goal of your Google Business Profile description isn't to stuff keywords. The goal is to provide clarity to Google what it is that you do and where it is that you do it. So if we go back into our home builder example, you can see that underneath the business category is the description. So you want to use as much of the description here that you can. And there's actually a formula that I would recommend using to make sure that you optimize your description the right way. And that starts with number 1, telling us who you are. Number 2, telling us where you provide services if you're a service-based business. And number 3, telling us what you actually do. What are the services that you provide? So you can see here in this description, we're following that formula, right? We're telling them right off the bat what it is, the main services that they do, and then we're listing all of the different cities that they provide services in. Now, if you provide services in 20 cities, I would not put 20 cities in here. I would pick probably your top 5 to 7 cities max that I would put in here. If you put too many cities in here, it'll be more confusing to Google and look like spam. It's just not a good experience. You can see that after we go over the locations, we really flesh out what they do, right? Custom home building, ADUs, home additions, and so forth, right? So we're making it very clear to Google what are the services that we provide after we've told them what locations we actually do them in. And then after you kind of follow that formula, you could put some social proof things in here or explain how long you've been in business or anything else that you feel like would help build trust with a customer. And if you want to learn even more about how to optimize your Google Business Profile description, then click the link below where I've actually made an entire video that goes over from start to finish how to optimize your Google Business Profile description the right way. But before we move off of this tip, I have a couple of best guideline practices for you. Number 1, use keywords naturally in that description. Don't force it. Number 2 is to make sure that you mention the locations and the services early in your description. And number 3, don't include links, phone numbers, or emojis in your description. There's other places in your Google Business Profile to put your phone number, and using emojis and phone numbers just wastes precious character count inside of your description. The point of this section is to make it very clear to Google and to users what it is that your business actually does and where it does it. Optimizing your description the right way can make a massive difference, and we've actually seen some clients raise in the map pack in as little as 19 days just by doing this one simple thing. So don't overlook it. Make sure that you optimize your Google Business Profile description. And this leads me to tip number 3, which is to select relevant locations and services. Now, I can't tell you how many times I've looked at a client's Google Business Profile to see them only list maybe 1, maybe 2 services and maybe 2 locations. The truth is that most service businesses can serve multiple locations, or people from lots of locations will come into their office for help. So only listing the one location that your office is actually located in can actually be harming your profile from being shown to people who would use your service or your business that are in the surrounding areas. So if we go back to your example profile, you'll see that you can edit your services right here in this section, which is Edit Services. And if you scroll down this list, you can see that Google's going to auto-populate a lot of these things based on the way that you've written your description and some of the other things that you put in your profile. But if you scroll down, you can add more services, and Google will show you a large list of other services that you potentially could pick. And the great thing is if you don't see a service here, you can click Add a Custom Service and put the name of your service in here. This is really important, especially if your customers are searching for your service and it's not listed in Google, right? You'd want to make sure that the way that customers search, the service that they're searching for, is actually here added as a custom service. Now, to make sure that you have the right location selected, you actually go back to your Edit Profile section to do that. So if we click Edit Profile, you'll see here that there is a tab at the top called Location. Now, the point here is not to put fake places that you don't help. You only want to put the locations or places that you actually service, right? So as a home builder, these are the actual cities and surrounding cities that this home builder is willing to build homes. And all of these cities really only expand maybe 20 or 30 miles from their actual office location. So if you are a local business with a physical presence in a city, there are most likely customers in neighboring cities that would come into your office or need your services. Those cities need to be listed here in the service area. And let me quickly explain why. When you do a search for a service, usually you will type in the name of the service plus a location. So for example, plumbing in Ogden, Utah. If Ogden, Utah isn't listed as a service city for a plumber in my area, they're not going to come up for that query. So making sure that you have the locations that you actually service is super critical to coming up in the map pack. If you don't give Google that data, Google has no idea where you actually do what it is that you do. And if they don't know that, they're not going to put you in the map pack, and they're just going to send somebody to your competitor who is in the map pack who does have that service location listed. So the best practices that I would give you for listing services and service areas are, number one is to add all the services that you actively provide. And number two, make sure that you list all of the locations that you actually service. By doing this, you're going to give Google the context it needs to be able to make sure that it knows that you're the relevant result that it wants to show a customer inside of the map pack. So how do these 3 tips that I've given you work together? Well, local SEO works best when categories define your business, descriptions reinforce your relevance, and services and locations confirm your coverage. When everything tells the same story, Google has confidence in where and when to show your business in the map pack when people make a search. And that's how you get consistent Google Map Pack visibility. If you're watching this and thinking, this all makes sense, but there's probably more to local SEO than just my Google Business Profile, right? And the answer is yes, there are more parts of local SEO than just your Google Business Profile. And if you want to know what those are, that's exactly why we built our school community. By joining our free school community, you can unlock access to our local SEO course, which shows you the exact system that our experts use to help our clients get amazing local SEO results. So if you want to gain access and unlock our local SEO course, make sure that you click the link below and join our school community. And if you found this video helpful, please make sure that you hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you'll be alerted when we put out more helpful content like this. And while we went over your Google Business Profile in today's video, the next piece that can really help to enable your Google Business Profile to perform even better is by paying attention to your website structure. So make sure you watch this video where we go over from start to finish how to change and adjust your website page structure to back up what your Google Business Profile is saying. When your website supports the GBP and saying what it is that you do and where it is that you do it, it can move the needle really fast when it comes to ranking higher in the map pack. So click this video and we'll see you over there.